Welcome to Media Space Members Daily. We bring you exclusive interviews from our leadership group and other professional influencers within the media, marketing, gov, tech community globally. Today I have with me Alan Goldsher, CEO of Reinvention TV. Hi Alan, how are you?
Good morning from New York. Thank you for having me.
Great to have you with us. What are the main marketing and communications challenges for small businesses in a city like New York during and post-COVID?
Well, I think the challenges are somewhat related to COVID, especially when you consider that, people were making more of their decisions virtual and really not being out in the street. And many of the businesses, the brick and mortar businesses in New York, depend on foot traffic, especially from people working in the city. I mean, I don't know what the figure is, but it's over 1 million people coming into the city for work every day that were populating, mom and pop and other businesses in areas like the financial district that just literally disappeared. I think there was already a challenge before that. When I first got into media, it was working for community newspapers. And 35 years ago, when I walked door to door, you could pretty much count on the local business understanding that the people in that community were reading a daily paper or a weekly paper or something. So if they put a message out there, it was going to be seen. And I don't think that really exists anymore. Maybe it exists in some rural areas, but I don't think it exists in a community like New York City. I mean, take the Metro newspapers, for example. 10, 15 years ago, they were being passed out to people getting on the trains, getting off the trains, on the subway. And you could walk up and down a subway car and half the people were reading something. Maybe it was a newspaper, maybe it was a book. Now, every single person on the subway and every single person on the train is looking on their phone, or they're napping, or they're talking to a companion. They're not reading anything, that's in print. So that's a challenge, right, for communicating for small businesses. So most of the small businesses have turned to social media, Instagram, Facebook. I filmed a restaurant last week that has found great success on TikTok. So it's a new world, and some people are quick to embrace new ideas and new technologies, and some are not. So I just tried to bridge the gap somewhere, take an old school approach to storytelling and add a new spin to it. I do hope it leads to something greater than what I've been doing, but for now I'm happy to continue to produce videos.
What are the key marketing and communications opportunities for small and medium-sized businesses?
In one word, it's video. Because if you take a video, and obviously the better the video, the better the results will be, the better the story, the better the compelling combination of compelling information, emotion, empathy, value. But if you create that video, there is an endless array of ways to engage audiences with it, most of which are free. The free ones require strategy. They require a bit of sophistication, in terms of, hashtags and other things to get people to pay attention. But ultimately, it's a sweat equity endeavor for a small business. There are people out there some of whom I've worked with, that are helping small businesses in a consultative way to use social media. Others are fortunate that they have second generation family members who have taken up that challenge, daughters, sons, cousins, wives, in many cases, who are running the social media. But what most of the people that I've worked with have lacked is any real sense of how to create a video. So that's kind of, what I wanted to make my niche, but I encourage everyone some way, somehow, to either learn how to do it themselves or find someone who can do it for them, to just get used to using video as a way to engage, because video is really just the opportunity that you wish you have if somebody walked into your shop, right? This is your way of walking into their home or their phone, if they're on the go.
What's your advice for 2021?
It depends on who I'm addressing, right? If it's an agency, my advice is focus on ROI, focus on content, focus on the story of your client. If it's to a media organization, it's don't sell what you have, sell what your client needs, and understand that, if you're a traditional media and you no longer have the volume of clients or type of clients that you once had, the reason is they're embracing other things that you have yet to embrace. So, you've got to, Walmart doesn't keep things on the shelf that don't sell. And the same philosophy would go for selling media.
Thank you, Alan, for joining us and for sharing your knowledge and expertise. Stay tuned for the next episode of Media Space Members Daily. In the meantime, connect with us at mediaspace.global.